Evening, fellow Toastmaster and guest. My name is Raful Azam and I'll be the Sergeant at Arm for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the meeting number 7. So before we get started, I would like to do a very quick activity so that we all feel energetic. So the activity is, this is group A and this is group B. I'll say hey, 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 and again in the right side when I say hey, 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 so this group should say. So when I'll say hey, 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 this left side, so group A should say, repeat the same. And when I'll say hey, 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 right side, so in the right direction, just right group say the same thing. And let's see who can, say more louder. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, very nice. I hope you all are feeling energetic now. So it's draw, actually nobody has won. Okay, so before we get started, I would like to mention all about Toastmaster. So Toastmaster International is a non-profit educational organization which is founded in 1924. It basically teaches public speaking skills and leadership skills through a network of clubs which meets online and offline mode. It has more than 270,000 members across 14,200 clubs in 148 countries. We Bright Hearts provide a supportive and cooperative environment where members are empowered to learn public speaking skills and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now I would like to mention some of the ground rule which we follow. So rule number 1, please put your mobile phone in switch off mode or silent mode. I'll give 5 seconds to do the same. Just raise your hand once done. Okay, nice. Rule number 2, please be mindful while talking about sex, religion and politics as it might hurt someone's sentiment. Rule number 3, while speaker is speaking on the stage, please don't do cross talking. Rule number 4, while coming on the stage or leaving the stage, please make sure you are following this path because that path is blocked. And rule number 5, I'll be having mic here, so when you are coming here, just collect the mic from me and make sure while going back you just give the mic to me. Rule number 6, while coming on the stage and leaving the stage, please make sure you are following the handshake and fist bump. So, and for refreshment purpose, water and washrooms are available here. Now I'd like to introduce presiding officer of the day. He is a software professional at JP Morgan and the part of Toastmaster International from April 2018. He has completed 2 pathways in Toastmaster International Pathway Program. He is also the founder of Humble Bumbles Book Club, one of the fastest growing book club in Bangalore. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome presiding officer of the day, Akshay Abraham Omen.
Good afternoon. How is everyone feeling? Feeling good? Feeling in the mood to, give some joy? Today's meeting is all about the joy of giving. And what better way to give than in this beautiful giving fraternity known as Toastmasters International. For those of you who are unaware, Bright Hearts Toastmasters is one such chapter of the Toastmasters fraternity. We meet every Sunday from 4 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. to craft the best speakers, leaders and communicators. So, what are you waiting for? If you are a member, great. And if you aren't a member, there's only one way to do Toastmasters right. The right way is the bright way. Before we begin, we would like to have a couple of guests come up front. Quickly introduce yourself, tell us your name, how did you find out about this club and why you are here. I see 2 new faces there. So why don't we start with one of you, if you don't mind, come up front and introduce yourself. Let's hear a big round of applause.
Hi everybody, my name is Bharti. I'm here with my daughter Aditi. So I came to basically introduce her to the club. I'm not here as a participant or a member, but I'm just happy to be here. It's nice to see all of you today. So yeah, that's me. I work with Aru. We work at the London Stock Exchange with their colleagues, and Aru introduced me to the club, and I've been to 1 or 2 meetings, and it's been absolutely great. I've seen the energy. I've seen how confident people are, and I wanted that for my daughter. So I thought I'd introduce her to all of you. So that's me today. Thanks.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Bharti. That's right. And your daughter's name is Aarti. Aditi. Got it. Fine. And you work with Arundhati at London Stock Exchange. Great to have you here. Let's have one more guest. I do see we have a new member from HSR who's visiting Bright Hearts for the first time. Can we give it up for Vinila Vimala?
I don't know how this works, but I'm going to try. Hi everyone, my name is Vinila and I am a member of the HSR Toastmasters. Somehow I missed out on coming every Sunday because something or the other thing came up, and this time I was like, I don't care what happens, I'm going to try and come for the evaluator position today, and I'm happy to see so much energy in the room. It just feels like an extension of HSR essentially. I came here and I was sitting there for 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, what do I talk about? But then everybody came and it was fun, so I'm looking forward to a great session. All the best to everyone.
Thank you so much, Vinila. Great to have you here at Bright Hearts. And just a correction, we are not an extension of HSR. We're an enhancement of it.
I take my words.
On that note, let's talk about the topic, which is the joy of giving. When I think about the theme for the day, the first person I always think about is my mother. My mother was someone who worked as a dentist for 15 years in Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates. And one thing I always loved about her was that despite her rigorous schedule, she would always come back home and find time for her kids, find time for her husband, find time for everyone in the room. Can I ask everyone in the room here, can you all agree with me that when it comes to giving, parents are the most giving creatures on this planet? Wonderful. On that note, I would like to begin this meeting, and I would like to say that meeting 7 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters is now open. But before we begin, we aren't going to call the TMOD just yet because we have some new members in the Bright Hearts family. To install and rather induct the new members of Bright Hearts Toastmasters who joined in October 2024. I would like to now call upon the Associate Officer of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Executive Committee. He is a proud Malayali hailing from God's own country, one of the finest speakers this club has to offer to the world outside. Please give it up for Bright Heart Vishnu Pradeep.
Good evening all. Good evening. Fellow Toastmasters, it's now our duty and privilege to induct the 3 new members into Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club. This is an important occasion both for these new members and for the club. These individuals have come to Toastmasters seeking to improve their communication and leadership skills. And we have an opportunity to help them learn, grow and achieve their goals. I will now call on new members. Please withhold with your applause until the ceremony is completed. Our first new member is a marketing manager hailing from Mumbai. She is a woman with many hobbies such as reading, writing, playing tennis and spending time with friends. Sneha. Our next member is a software developer hailing from Lucknow. He is an auto enthusiast with a passion to read and remain updated about new technologies and gadgets. Priyansh Tripathi. Our third new member is a project manager hailing from Andhra Pradesh. In his free time, he listens to regional videos and podcasts. He loves going on long walks while enjoying good music and audiobook. Mani Kumar. To the three men and women on stage, you are joining a worldwide organization that has helped millions of people learn to communicate more effectively. As members of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club, you will benefit from a proven program of self-development. You will become part of an outstanding group of people who are dedicated to helping one another in a spirit of sharing and enjoyment. Membership in this club and in Toastmasters International is a privilege that carries with many rewards. Yet, it also places certain obligations upon you. We are a group of people brought together to the things we could not accomplish alone. Our obligation is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with fellow members in a spirit of enjoyment. This means you must work diligently towards your own self-development, evaluate other speeches in a spirit of support and sharing, assist the club in reaching its goals and remain positive. We ask you, the new members, to dedicate yourself to personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members and to help keep this Toastmasters Club strong and dynamic. Please affirm your membership by repeating the following words. I, in the presence of my fellow members, of the Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation to attend meeting regularly and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the projects outlined in the Toastmasters education program, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationships with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefit of Toastmasters. I now declare all the three members on stage as the new members of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our new members. We have come to end of the new member induction and handing it over back to presiding officer.
Thank you so much, Vishnu. Once again, a huge warm welcome to the three newest members of the Bright Hearts Toastmasters family, Sneha, Priyansh and Mani. Let's give it up for them once again. And now, let us begin by introducing the Toastmaster of the day for meeting number 7 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. This man has been a data science manager for 9 years. And in fact, it was yesterday he shared the great news that starting January, he's not just going to be a single, he's going to be a double, because this man's about to get married. Wonderful news. Always lovely to hear our bright hearts with their great, lovely personal stories. So if there's any woman who came here today thinking, I wonder what Siddharth is doing tonight, too late. Please welcome our Toastmaster of the day, who is going to take us on a journey of why we should learn to enjoy giving. Give it up for bright heart, Siddharth Jain.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I am going to take you to a late night in 2014 in Pune. A young automobile engineer who was devastated by looking at a sight which many of us might overlook. It was a sight of dogs' carcasses. He frequently visited a Viman Nagar motorway, and what he saw was dogs that met the accident. This sight devastated him, and he was on a quest to solve this problem, and he talked to many citizens how he can solve this problem. So what he got to know, it is not just about the sight that the truck drivers are not able to see the dogs. It was about the timing also. So because of his background in automobile engineering and talking to people, he figured out a glow in the dark collars. So he started his venture called Motopause to help dogs, to save dogs from the accident. This story takes a turn now. He was a 6th generation Tata employee, and to solve this problem further, he reached out to Ratan Tata. And Ratan Tata, as we all know, he was very generous, and he met in person with Shantanu. And this story took a different turn. They became a lifelong friends, and that we all know about. And the spirit of solving problem for others, helping out others, they took the Motopause further, and this initiative not only helped save lives of dogs, it helped animals from poaching also. So that brings me to today's theme of the meeting, joy of giving. Joy of giving is not about big names or great gesture. It's about how we can help others, for the people who are in need, how we can support others, and how we can show kindness. So the story of Shantanu and Ratan Tata teaches us something, that we have all power to make everybody's life better. And similarly, in the Toastmasters meeting, which is like a gift or joy to us, it has a structure to it. A structure which is 3-part. Part 1 is prepared speeches. In the prepared speeches, 3 brave souls would come up on the stage and speak on it for 4 to 6 minutes. This is like a grand story unveiling, where people would tell their stories that could be impactful, stories that could have a purpose, and that could help us grow better in life. Second part of the Toastmasters meeting is table topics. Table topics are like surprises. They can help you speak instantaneously, and it can help you become a better speaker. And third part of the Toastmasters is general evaluation. Think of this like a gift card or a feedback that will help you become a better at public speaking. General evaluation, they will evaluate the entire section of the meeting, and will get the highlight of the meeting, things that we did well and things that we didn't do well. For this, I'd like to call upon the stage Srinivas to tell us about the general evaluation.
Thank you, Siddharth. Good evening, everyone. I am the general evaluator for the day, which means I am going to be the gift that keeps on giving. The gift that keeps on giving feedback, whether you like it or not. But don't worry, I'll make sure that I'll give only constructive feedback that will help these bright hearts shine a little more brighter. And as a general evaluator, I'll be evaluating the overall structure of the meeting, starting from beginning to the end. But I won't be doing that alone today. I have my tag team. It's plural today, right? Yeah, I have my tags team today. Let me call upon who will help me with the tag team will help me with my evaluation. So let me call upon the timer for the day, Toastmaster Madhur.
Hello everyone. Hello. So today I will be the timer for this meeting, and today I will watch the clock like a hawk. We have the theme, the joy of giving, and today I have reminders, gentle, colorful reminders, which I will give to you while you will be speaking. So here how it works. Specific timings will be given to the speakers and table topics and evaluators, where I'll be showing green card, yellow card and red card, which means on green card you have reached your qualification time, and yellow card indicates that you have to start wrapping up your speech, and red card means that you have to wrap it up as soon as possible, and you will be given with 30 seconds of grace period. And as the grace period pass, I will be rang a ring which indicates that you will be disqualified. So be generous with your ideas and words, but little less generous with the minutes. So let's have a fun together. Keep it snappy, and I'll be back when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhur. To introduce the role of our counter, let me call upon Toastmaster Mani.
Hello, good evening everyone. Good evening. To all the bright hearts, Toastmasters and the future bright hearts. Yeah. So today I have a pleasure to be serving as a counter for today's meeting. It's all about helping us to give one another. As like our theme, the joy of giving, and I have the joy of give a gift of awareness. Awareness while you're talking any unintentional crutch words. Let me introduce you what is crutch words, which is of CRPF, 4 categories. The first one, C, crutch. It is about making of crutch sounds R. If taking a sentence of about he is so generous that he decided to donate his favorite t-shirt. By applying C, the crutch, it may become or turn out to be he is so generous and he has donated his own favorite t-shirt. Second category about using the repetitive things of adding anything like or repeating the same words again and again. He is so generous that he has donated his own favorite t-shirt. And all next one is about P, the pauses. During the speeches, it turns out to be getting the content of recalling the gaps. The pauses, it's like he is so generous that he donated his own favorite t-shirt. Sometimes it tends to be having that unintentional pauses. And the last one, the F, which means fillers. It's all about, that he is so generous and he donated his own favorite t-shirt. and I will be coming at the end of the meeting to share my reports and improving each other. Thank you, and back to General Evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mani. Now I would like to call upon the grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Gautam, to introduce his role and also the word of the day.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? Yes. Yeah. Good afternoon, bright hearts, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is generosity. Meaning, generosity is quality of being kind and giving freely without expecting anything in return. Meaning 2, generosity fosters a spirit of community and builds strong positive relations. Usage of the word, her generosity was very evident when she donated half of her monthly earnings to the needy. Usage 2, the community appreciated his or her generosity as he frequently volunteered his time to help the needy. As grammarian, it's my duty, each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian report when called upon by general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gautam. Now to introduce the sketcher role, let me call upon Toastmaster Bull.
Good evening, bright hearts and fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As a sketchers, I'll be listening to all the speakers who take the stage and will make a sketch based on the speech content they have presented. At the end of the meeting, I'll be showing the sketch I have made and you have to guess which sketch belongs to which speaker. Today, I got the joy of making a smile on your face with my sketch, and not to forget, I'll gift you that sketch which I have drawn to the speaker it belongs to. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bulbul. That sounds super interesting and I can't wait to see your sketches. So with that, thank you, tax team. I will now hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day and I will be back with my report when called upon towards the end of it.
So before we start our first section, prepared speeches, I have 2 games. Both of them are called mystery givers because I couldn't think of the another name. So first one is you have to guess a name of the mystery giver. It's a famous, could be a famous historical figure from history or it could be from present times. Alright, so first question that I have for you is, who gifted the Statue of Liberty to United States?
France.
Alright, that's correct one. Alright. I'll come back with more questions. Let me introduce the second game that we have today, Mystery Giver. In the spirit of today's meeting, joy of giving, I think we all can make everyone's life better by giving them compliments, by making them feel good. So what I want to do today is, I'll hand over a piece of paper to each and every one of you. It will have a name of a bright heart written on them. What you need to do is write things that you think about them, good things that you think about them. It could be compliment, it could be what you like about them. So I'll pass it on the paper and you can write what you think about the Toastmasters. Alright. So now coming to the first sections of the meeting, which is prepared speech. To evaluate our first speaker, I would like to call upon stage Vinil and Sidhu.
Clip it. This one? This is the same thing, right? Okay. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
I think I'm loud enough. Good evening, everyone, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Sneha. Today, Toastmaster Sneha will be attempting her very first speech, which is her icebreaker, and the objective of this speech is for her to introduce herself to the club and to understand the basic structure of a public speech. We will look at the highlights and the areas of improvement and work upon it in your next speeches. With that, I wish my target speaker a very best, all the very best, and I'll come back with my report at the end. Thank you so much.
Our first speaker today is someone who hails from Mumbai. She works as a marketing professional at Infosys, and when asked how she likes to help people, what she mentioned is she would like to help people by listening to them and feeling them heard. I'd like to call upon stage Sneha Maselkar.
Oh, hi. Can you help me? Never was.
No problem.
Thank you. I can use this too, right?
Hear me out, Sneha Maselkar. Sneha Maselkar, hear me out.
Dear Toastmaster, is it on? It's on now. Dear Toastmasters and guests, can you, do you know the number one question that I always get asked? Any guesses?
Are you single?
No. So the number one question I get asked is whether I like Mumbai or Bangalore. Well, if you were planning to ask me that, my answer is I can't choose. I like both cities equally. So I was born and brought up in Mumbai, and it does have that special Mumbai spirit that I have grown to admire much more now that I visit there frequently. While growing up, I used to be a quiet kid. Books were my escape, and I would spend all day reading and getting lost in my fantasy world. I remember this one instance where a teacher in school asked me a question. I stood up and I answered her. So she couldn't hear me and she asked me to repeat my answer. I repeated my answer and she couldn't hear me again. And I looked around and soft giggles had erupted into full-blown laughter. I stopped participating in classroom sessions after that. I even stopped talking much in group settings. I would not raise my hand even if I knew the answer or even if I had any opinion. I would interact with my classmates very less. So even now when I bump into an old batchmate of mine, they tell me, oh, how much you've changed. And change I did. I had a very good teacher. This was my English teacher. So basically, she really liked my writing. Okay. So one time she asked me to come in front of the class and read out my essay. So when I read it out, people at the back end couldn't hear me. So basically, somebody else had to read my written essay. And my teacher was very kind and she understood the kind of support that I needed. So what she did is she asked me if I would be ready to demo a science project at the upcoming school exhibition. I agreed and I did a good job. And I went on to take up more opportunities after that. So in college, I was the PR head, and we had to go to different colleges and invite students to our college festival. So on one such occasion, I remember addressing this very noisy class, and they didn't even stop to listen to what I had to say. And on the other hand, I used to be part of the comparing team, and I had to basically introduce and invite important speakers up on stage. So these were some of my very mixed experiences with public speaking. So having spent my initial career in Mumbai, I felt I needed a change in place, and I moved to Bangalore without a job. And when I came here, the city was very warm and welcoming, and I very soon got a job in a well-known startup, and things were looking great. So one time, a colleague of mine who was leaving early, I asked her where she was headed, and she told me she's headed to Toastmasters, and I agreed to go with her, and she took me to Bangalore Toastmasters Club. Now the classroom style seating of Bangalore Toastmasters Club made me feel like I was back in school, and the evaluation sessions made me feel like I was learning again, and I was learning that even I could be a confident speaker if I tried. And then I took the best decision ever, that is to join Toastmasters. I fumbled in my very first table topic, and embarrassed as I was, many Toastmasters came up to me and congratulated me for my brave attempt. I got a standing ovation for my icebreaker, only to realize later on that like all icebreaker speeches get standing ovations. I went on to do a lot of roles after that and grew in my journey. But I had to leave BTMC because I was moving to HSR layout. As you know, whenever people talk about themselves, they use things like, I'm a musician, I'm a science person, I'm a poet, right? So I felt I did not have this one thing that I could define myself with or identify with. So recently I was at an event, and there we had to place a sticker on our label, and it said, talk to me about. And you had to write one word or phrase of something that people should talk to you about. And this had to be something that you're passionate about. So I thought about it a lot, and I wrote Toastmasters. So it struck me how important Toastmaster is for me in my life. And I recently joined Infosys, and as part of the marketing team, I have to attend and be an active participant in a lot of meetings. So I decided to do something consciously about my public speaking skills, and one thing led to another, and here I am rejoining my Toastmasters journey with Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club. I couldn't have asked for a better club and a better set of people to start it with, and I think I made the right decision, a bright decision, and I look forward to continuing on my Toastmasters journey with all of you. Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you so much.
All right. So before we ask the second speaker to come on the stage, I have a second question for you. Who is the founder of Missionaries of Charity, known for her humanitarian work? Please raise your hands if you know the answer. Aruniti? That's correct. And to evaluate our second speaker, I would like to call upon the stage Atul Khatri.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. And a special good evening to my target speaker, Wasim. Today, he is attempting his level 1 project 2, writing a speech with purpose from Pathway Visionary Communication. The purpose of this project is to learn and review basic methods of speech writing and deliver a well-structured speech with a defined purpose. I wish my target speaker all the very best. Thank you.
Our next speaker, Wasim Fazil, did his schooling from Pondicherry and his college from Chennai. He currently works as a senior product designer at Techion. Once he was asked how he would like to help people, what he mentioned is he'd like to help providing poor people or poor kids education guidance so that they can do better in their career. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Wasim Fazil. Wasim Fazil, what will you choose? What will you choose, Wasim Fazil?
What will you choose? How many of you here are aware of WWE wrestling? Cool. Now, how many of you are big fans of WWE? Great. Now I can relate with you. Every day after school, the moment I reach back home, I switch on the TV and start watching WWE. And before any show, they put this disclaimer, please don't try this at home, which is exactly my plan of doing with my younger brother after watching. As a kid, I felt the more you can dominate, the more powerful you are. And the only person I can dominate was my younger brother. When my elder cousin probably comes and bullies me or hits me, I go straight to my younger brother and hit him. I know I was spreading hatred, right? True. But I didn't have an option. That's the only way I could vent out. For me at that point, it didn't look like a wrong thing to do. I was just transferring hatred from someone above me to someone below me. As simple as that. As days passed, our WWE fights, which started just as for fun, started getting messy. One day, I hit my brother really hard. So hard that he started bleeding. He screamed with pain and my mom rushed to the room. As usual, I tried to cover up. Mom, I didn't hit that hard. One dialogue that every elder brother says. But my mom knew what exactly could have happened. And that day, she was so emotionally drained. Probably she reached the threshold level and she literally broke down. She didn't even utter a word to me. She just kept staring at me. That view, which is something I regret at any day, I went through that day. And that event changed my perspectives. I realized how hatred had changed me over the years. And that kind of a guilt made me slowly remove my interactions with others. I started with my brother, but I continued even with others. Just out of guilt, just out of the thought that I shouldn't hurt anyone anymore. With that, I started living life in my own little cocoon. People might spread hatred. I don't bother, as I am not spreading hatred, nor I am safe with wherever I am. People might spread love. I will still not appreciate them. I don't want to get involved. I am just happy being silent. This silent phase continued for a long time. I was this useless, silent guy who cannot harm anyone, at the same time doesn't want to do any good. But then came one moment when my brother wanted a seat in a reputed college. He was reaching out to all his contacts and everyone was willing to help him. But I still remained silent and distant. Finally, he called me up and said how badly he needed this and how indifferent I am behaving. That's when I realized, in an attempt to not hurt anyone, I literally stopped doing any good. With this, I thought with this realization, I wanted to change my approach towards everything. From there, I felt everything is an opportunity for me to seek and spread love. I went with my brother to the college, stood in the line for 12 hours straight, and that day we got our admission. After a long time, I felt I somehow patched up for all the hatred that I showed to him. Now, after that, my brother started reaching out to me for all the critical decisions in his life. And the more I shared my love with him, the more he started trusting me. Slowly, our relationship became much more stronger. And that's where I started realizing how important spreading love is. So that realization made me realize how this joy of giving is. And I started small habits, like say giving a good chicken biryani to a roadside person every Friday, or just having a candid chat with someone who is stressed. Whatever little I could do, whatever small gifts that I could get on my trips, I started doing these small gestures of love, which I felt started adding more meaning to my life. All of us at any given point have three choices: hatred, silence, and love. Now, at any point we can choose like hatred, but it will come back to us in the end. And these are not just with the interactions that we have with others or the interactions that others have with us. This is something that we do within ourselves as well. If you start spreading hatred within yourself, if you say to yourself that you are fit for nothing, you will end up being nothing. And this is also reflected in the choices we make. You might love to become an entrepreneur, but you don't have the courage to pursue it. You silently stay in a 9-to-5 job and say you hate it. So this is reflective everywhere. Having said this, this is something which is common to all of us here. Now friends, for the rest of your life, what will you choose? Over to the team.
Thank you, Wasim, for taking us to your childhood. I remember my childhood as a younger brother, where all the time I got beaten up by my elder brother. All right. That brings me to the third question of the day. Who created the concept of Thanksgiving as a national holiday in United States? Raise your hands if you know it. Who created the concept of Thanksgiving as a national holiday? Hint, it's a president. Long before Obama, President Abraham Lincoln. All right. So our next target speaker, he grew up in Kolkata. He is a product manager at Airbase, a fintech company. He is currently preparing for his marathon next Sunday. And how he'd like to help people is helping them when they are in need, when they need someone to listen to them. I'd like to call upon stage Sarthak Das. Sorry, my bad. To evaluate the third speaker, I'd like to call upon Ryan Rodriguez.
Thank you for calling me on stage, Toastmaster Siddharth. Good afternoon, Toastmasters, guests, and a special good afternoon to my target speaker, Sarthak Das. Today, my target speaker, Sarthak Das, will be attempting his level 1 project 2 speech, writing a speech with purpose. The purpose of this particular project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note that the timing for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. With all of that said, I'd like to wish Sarthak all the very best and hand the stage back to Toastmaster Siddharth.
Right. So our third speaker is Sarthak, who is from Kolkata. I'd like to call upon him on the stage. Sarthak Das, more than a festival, Sarthak Das.
Imagine walking into a crowd of lights, colors and emotions in the heart of Kolkata. I stood there, admiring the magnificence as hundreds of people pushed me and crossed ahead to get a better glimpse of the world's largest Durga Puja idol, towering at a height of 100 feet, almost twice the height of this building. Good afternoon, Bright Hearts, Toastmasters and guests. Durga Puja or Durga Pujo is a festival which Bengalis celebrate. Let me tell you about the history of Durga Puja first. So, goddess Durga lives in Mount Kailash with her husband Lord Shiva, and every year during this time, she comes to visit her parents' house in Bengal for 10 days, and along with her comes her children Ganesh, Kartik, Saraswati and Lakshmi. Essentially, Durga Puja is a celebration of the goddess's return to her home. Local clubs collect donations as chanda to organize this puja for the community. Imagine those big houses made for movies and movie sets, the temporary houses. The idols of goddess Durga and her children are housed in such huge mansion-like, elaborately decorated and illuminated houses called pandals. You might also know them as pandals. But don't take my word for it. Even though these are temporary pandals, the organizers spend no stone unturned to make these pandals more magnificent and grander than the last. A popular club decked their Ma Durga idol with gold jewelry worth 5 crores. And the same club last year replicated the Burj Khalifa as their pandal, and the lights were so bright that it was blinding the pilots who were flying over the city, and it eventually had to be turned off. And I must say, if you are in Kolkata during Durga Puja, you must visit all these pandals. What we call in Bengali is pandal hopping, which is moving from one pandal to the other after the other. So hopping, yeah, it's a fun term. Imagine thousands and hundreds of thousands of people out on the streets, walking along with you, dressed in the best outfits and trying to match up to the bright, colorful lights of the city. Don't worry if you're new to the city. You'll not need a map or Google map to go around. Just close your eyes and follow the crowd and they will take you to the next puja pandal and you'll find yourself there. No need to worry, you'll save some battery on your phone as well. People visiting old friends, meeting their family members after a long time, and visiting these puja pandals all night long without ever breaking a sweat. In the queue, when people will queue up for visiting the puja pandals, it sometimes gets so long that you end up chatting with other people, flirting even, and landing some dates. The energy is unmatched. So after all this exploration, you're bound to get hungry, right? But don't worry, Kolkata has got you covered. Bengalis love food, and during Durga Puja, the city becomes a foodie's paradise. The vast aromas you will find near and around the puja pandals and the stalls of street foods and telas, the variety is insane. Fuchka, chole bhature, gugni, shingara, chaat, and then I can go on with the list, but I'm already salivating. But if you want to taste of tradition, then you must have the bhog. Bhog is the communal meal which puja pandals offer after the puja is done. Even if you're near to the city, don't be shy. Just walk up to the nearest puja pandal and you're more than welcome to try it out. You must try the khichuri, which is the Bengali rendition of khichdi, and beguni, which is thinly sliced brinjal slices and crispy batter fried. Pure umami. Durga Puja is not just all fun and celebration. It's a time of deep devotion as well. The most important ritual in this Durga Puja is the Shondi Puja, which happens on the eve of Ashtami, the 8th day of the puja. Now, if you're wondering what Ashtami is, and if it sounds familiar, yes, it's the same Durga Ashtami which Manjulika was supposed to come and kill Akshay Kumar in the movie Bhul Bhulaiya. But in real life, Durga Ashtami is not that scary, but it's definitely intense. We light 108 diyas and offer 108 lotuses to the goddess in an elaborate ritual. This Shondi Puja ritual has been a special memory in my heart as I grew up. I may not be religious, but every year I find myself there, my hair slick and wearing a kurta, and having a little one-on-one with Goddess Durga. But the fun part is at the end, during the flower aarti, when I aim the flower at the Purohit's head and I get it on his head every time. Bang on target. But what really sets Durga Puja apart, it's not just a puja. It's not just a festival. It's a celebration. It's a celebration of art. It's a celebration of culture. It's a celebration of unity, community, and the joy of togetherness. While Durga Puja is celebrated by Bengalis all throughout the world, nothing comes close to how it's celebrated in Kolkata. UNESCO has awarded it with the tag of Intangible Heritage of Humanity. All of you must experience Durga Puja in Kolkata and be a part of it at least once in your lives. Come for the tradition, stay for the magic, and witness Kolkata at its finest and most vibrant. Sure, you might be leaving with a few kilos extra after all the sweets and snacks you've been having, but I assure you, you will be leaving with a heart full of happiness. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarthak. Now we all know all the foodies and single where should they go. Right. Now it's time for vote. Think of this as a gift of giving to people who has wowed us today. The link for voting is bit.ly/BHTM vote 1. I'll repeat one more time. bit.ly/BHTM vote 1. We have 60 seconds more. Okay.
People can give the cards, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, I'll collect them and give it back because there are few more that I need to give. I think we have the votes. Just a quick announcement. Those who got the card board with the name of Bright Hearts, they can return it to me if they have written it on the compliments that they need to write, and those who haven't received, they can collect it from me. Now we'll take a break and we'll come back at 5:20. There are snacks at the back of the room. You can collect it from there. Alright, welcome back everyone. Hope everyone enjoyed the chai and samosa. Now let's start with some fun questions again. If you know the answer, please raise your hand. Don't answer it out loud first. Alright. So what do you call a gift given anonymously, often during the holiday season, where gift giver's name is secret? Alright. Pranjal? Yes, that's correct. Alright. The second question that we have is, who is the founder of Tata Group, known for its philanthropic initiative, substantial contribution to education and healthcare in India? Please raise your hand. Akshay?
Mr. Ratan Tata.
No, that's incorrect. Arun Gandhi? J.R.D. Tata. Does anybody know their full name? Yeah, even I forgot. Alright, before that we move to the next section of the meeting, which is table topic. I just wanted to speak a little bit on joy of giving by sharing a personal story of mine. I met a friend back 15 years back in school. It was a time when I was struggling. His name was Shubham. Shubham was a topper of the class, but what he did, a small gesture, he connected with me 15 minutes a day, just to teach me what he was studying. After 2 years, when the board exams happened, and we continued that tradition, what we saw is Shubham, it not only helped me to get better at my studying, it helped Shubham also. And Shubham actually became the topper of the district and eventually cracked the IIT and got into a good college. So what I was trying to say is, you don't always get joy after giving, helping someone else. What you get, sometimes you can also get 10 times back what you have given to others. So keeping that in mind, I think the message that I want to give is try to help everyone out when you can, and you never know what you might get back. Now coming to the last section, which is second section, which is table topics. To spice things up, I'm thrilled to announce the table topic speaker Ashwin to challenge speaker with some exciting and unpredictable topics. Ashwin.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Hello. That's the spirit. I am back with another gamified table topic section. Woo! Welcome to Tick Tock Toe. And I am your man, Ashwin Raj. So here's the drill. The left side. What is it? Okay. The left side will be team A. Okay, the left is. Yeah, bro, just a little. Yeah, exactly. A little, yeah. Great. You're team A and you guys are team B. I'll toss a coin to determine which team is O and which team is X. One person from each team picks the box where they want to mark their respective symbols. As you mark X or O, you will get a topic associated with that box with which you get to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, where the timer will raise green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes and red card at 2 minutes. You will get a grace period of 30 seconds to wrap up your speeches. Timer, please note the timings accordingly. Once a person from one team completes the turn, a person from the other team takes their move to mark X or O on a box and chooses a topic, and the game continues until all the boxes are filled. And the best part of this game is that guests can also participate in this round and work on their impromptu speaking skills, and encourage everyone who take up the stage to be generous with their word of the day usage of generosity in their speeches. Good work, right? May the best team win. Okay? So, yeah, Sneha, heads or tails? That's heads. What do you want to be? X or O? X. So you guys are X and you guys are O. To start the speeches, I would request a member from the A team to come up to the stage. Okay, the X team. Which box do you want to start? Okay. Neville, your topic is: imagine a good deed genie appeared before you. What 3 quirky but helpful wishes would you ask for? Neville, imagine a good deed genie appeared before you. What 3 quirky but helpful wishes would you ask for? Neville.
I meet a genie and I am scratching the lamp, and suddenly a genie pops up. He asks me the question, what are the 3 wishes you want, Neville? And I go like, I have so many talents, but at the same time, I have so many weaknesses. Let's start with the first weakness. I am usually limping these days. So the first wish I would like to ask the genie is, please give me a functional leg again so that I can start running and I can avoid limping. And also the number of questions I get asked every day when I meet people. How is your leg? And I answer with a smile. Better. So that would be the first wish. Secondly, to charm the girls around. I had at one point long hair, but when I came to Bangalore, the hard water didn't suit me. And I started noticing, it was I think 5-6 years back when I came to Bangalore for the first time. I was staying in a hostel, it was summer heat,
And one day, my roommate asked me, "Why do we see so many hair in this room?" And I realized, oh my, am I getting bored already? So the second wish would be some more hair on my head so that I can also be like Akshay, charming with a ponytail and charm girls around. And, and the third wish would be to become, I think I have taken the stage multiple times and I have failed at it at multiple times as well. So I want the genie to become the world's best speaker. That would be the third wish. Though it's not quirky, so I would add a flavor to it that I can be the humorous speaker so that I can make people laugh around. And that's what I would ask the genie as I scratch the lamp and give it over to the table.
You really did break a leg with that speech, Neville. And coming from Team O, who wants to join in? Aditi, you want to give a chance? You are representing Team O. Ooh, great move. That's fine. I'll take it back. Okay. Aditi, your topic is, if kindness were a contagious condition, what symptoms would you show first and how would you spread it?
If kindness was...
Aditi, if kindness were a contagious condition, what symptoms would you show first and how would you spread it? Aditi.
What symptoms like?
If your kindness is a disease,
Yeah.
what would be your symptoms
Oh.
and how would you spread it, like a virus or disease?
Okay.
Okay.
Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day. I'm Aditi and I'm just 14 years old, so in my classroom there are so many people who tend to make really offensive jokes. Of course, 14 years old, oh, this is so cool. And I actually tend to be among those people sometimes. However, I noticed over the course of 9th grade that as additional people began joining our class, that they've been getting ideas from new schools and they've been spreading these ideas with us today. Now, I started trying to incorporate that and trying to spread this kindness among people. So I started a donation charity in my school that incorporates people from 1st all the way to 9th grade. So I would say if I would show a symptom, it would be I love to give materialistic things to people who are less fortunate and who can't afford it themselves. That's why I would say I would spread this gift that I have and that I'm fortunately capable of having with all the people, all the children in my world, so they understand how great it is to be able to give to other people. Obviously, today's topic is giving, so I would say, yeah, I think giving is really important and we should all understand that generosity is important in our life. Thank you.
We really hope your disease starts with bright hearts and spreads across the world. Next up with Team OX. Yeah. Which of you want to join in? Make the mark. Win it for your team. Yeah, come on. the game is heating up. Priyansh, your topic is, imagine you have the power to give one free item to everyone on earth. What would it be and why? Priyansh, imagine you have the power to give one free item to everyone on earth. What would it be and why? Priyansh.
Hi everyone. One free item which I would love to give to everyone is food. Because many of them have not the privilege to have good food, and they just beg around and want to have food, and they end up eating something or the other which makes them not healthy, and also some of them do not have money to buy the food. So they could have the food easily available and have it when they need. The food is something which comes in basics, which everyone should have it, and the things which we have in the world, the food is becoming expensive day by day. So everyone cannot afford a good food. So if I have the power, I would give food to everyone on earth, and a healthy food which they need, so that they can have it and be healthy.
Thank you, Priyansh. And the game is getting, more serious. Team O, who's got a bit? Ooh, come on. Come on, save your team.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Abhishek, your topic is, how would you handle a typical day if you could only help people using song and dance? Sorry. Abhishek, how would you handle a typical day if you could only help people using song and dance? Abhishek.
Okay. Okay, hi, my name is Abhishek. I want to tell you a small story. Around a year back, okay, not a year back, let's go further. During my college farewell, right, we were leaving our schools. Some people were happy, some people were sad. People were happy because they will not be get scolded by teacher. People were sad because they can't meet their friends. Now, that day, one of my teachers told a very interesting story. The story of song and dance. Okay? And it was, people should have song of motivation and they should dance high on life, so that we can have, like everyone can have a generosity to be happy and freedom to achieve. So that is a small story of song and dance. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. Coming from Team X, who's going to stop the Team O from winning? Come on, you got to... Yeah. Your O. Team X. Yeah, your Team X. Your X. Your X. Yeah. Yeah. Your topic, sorry, your name is?
Yeah, I'm Tarun.
Tarun, yeah. Hi Tarun. Your topic is, what's the most helpful item you would keep in your survival kit if you are stranded in an island, and why? Tarun, what's the most helpful item you would keep in your survival kit if you are stranded in an island, and why?
If I am stranded in an island, what would be that one equipment or one thing that I would keep? Good evening, Toastmasters, Bright Hearts, guests. Probably I'm going to test the generosity of the timer a bit today. So the one equipment I probably would have in hand if I'm ever stranded in an island would be some sort of a device that would help me to keep fire going, like a lighter, because it's quite handy. Think about it. With a lighter, probably your standard of living on an island would be far, far better than probably a place like maybe Bangalore, dare I say, because I get access to fresh water if I can warm the seawater a bit. I get warmth in at night without any further gadgets or gizmos helping me out, like the specialized mattresses that we have that can be temperature controlled. I get to keep mosquitoes away, I get to keep predators away, stay alive, without the need of ever walking around with the speed dial like I do when I am in Bangalore, especially at night. Another device that I probably would carry around would be a tent that would help me to keep safe, especially when I am under inclement weather and I don't have a place to run away because I'm stuck in an island. Of all the places that I have been, I think I would still find ways of using these two elements, the tent and the lighter, to make my life a lot more comfortable and happening in my paradise. Thank you.
Thank you, Tarun. If I were you, I would have had a satellite phone in my bag so that I could ask for help. And coming up from Team O, who's it gonna be? No, come on! No cheating, team! Strike it, yeah. Usha, right?
Yeah. Just hold this. No, it's okay. Hold it.
Oh, yeah, sure. Usha, what is your secret weapon or a skill for making people feel better instantly? Usha, what is your secret weapon for making people feel better instantly? Usha.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, one and all.
You can click that.
Good evening, one and all. My name is Usha, and this is my second session here with Bright Hearts. And just thinking of joining, so let me see when this happens very soon. So the topic that is given to me today is what is that one
secret weapon
that I would use to make others feel better. I think I'll go with the word of the day, generous. I think I like to be generous and humble. Firstly, so that, I think generosity is something that impresses everyone, no matter in which position you are, where you stand in life. If you are generous, you will be instantly liked, appreciated, and valued by people and every section of the society. I think that's one of the important skills which every human should have and continue to have a better world. That's it. Thank you.
Okay then, congratulations to team O for winning tic-tac-toe. So that is up with tic-tac-toe with Ashwin signing off now and coming back with a better game next time. Give it up for G. Sudarshan. Oh shit.
Good evening, bright hearts. Good evening. How are we feeling after that super energetic game? Okay. Team X? Yeah, I know, right? Because I belong to Team X, of course. All right. Shall we start with the evaluations? Yes. So to evaluate the first speaker, Sneha, let me call upon the evaluator, Vinila, on stage.
Just 1 second. Thank you, Toastmaster Sudarshan. Good evening, everyone, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Sneha. Toastmaster Sneha, you took us on your journey of how you became a Toastmaster, how you looked past your fear, came here, and how you're enthusiastic to learn more. Your speech truly made us all reflect on why we are here at Toastmasters today. You truly broke the ice today. With that, let me come to the highlights of the speech. First off, you met the objectives of the speech, which was your basic speech structure. You had an intro, body and conclusion, which was pretty solid. First highlight, courage. The way you came on stage, commanded, and you were vulnerable in front of all of us was truly commendable. You said, I moved to Bangalore without a job. And I went, huh? Because I could never imagine doing that. And throughout this speech, you kept showing acts of courage. And I really appreciate you for that. Second, confidence. You walked in, took the mic and commanded the stage. You truly kept us hooked out through the entire icebreaker. Because icebreaker isn't an easy task. And you truly deserved the standing ovation, which you thought was not supposed to be for all speeches. Lastly, relatability. We are all afraid of something, whether that's lizards, cockroaches, public speaking, or our parents. We are afraid of something or the other thing. And today, you made a speech that was relatable to all of us. And you said, after all these years, I finally joined Toastmasters. Public speaking isn't an easy feat. So, kudos to you to come up to the stage and speak your heart out. With that, I have a small nitpick with which your speech can go from good to great. Your speech title was Hear Me Out. So, I would have loved to see you connect your speech title to the exact speech. For example, towards the end, you could have said, after all these years, after all these challenges, I stand in front of you, strong and steady. And though my classmates did not listen to me that day, today, dear Toastmasters, hear me out. And you could have ended your speech through that so that we would have understood exactly why you chose that speech title for your icebreaker. So with your confidence, courage and relatability, just having a small attention to detail for connecting your speech to the title, would make your speech from good to great, and I wish you all the very best, and I can't wait to see what you have in store for us. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vanilla. Now to evaluate the second speaker, Wasim, let me call upon Evaluator Atul.
Toastmaster Wasim, today your speech brought many flashbacks of my relation with my younger brother. Even I had beaten him so many times without any reason. Even I once threw knife at him that made him bleed. With that, now let me come to your evaluation, starting with the highlights of your speech. First, audience engagement. Firstly, you started with a question, loud and in an enthusiastic way. How many of you are WWE fan? Which was pretty relatable to everyone, that made them stick to your speech and listen more carefully. Second, humor. Your speech was full of humorous elements. For example, when you were explaining the disclaimer of WWE, you said, "Please don't try at home," and took a pause, which was a good one. Another example, when you said transferring the hatred from above to below. In this, you used humor with gestures as well, which was a good attempt. Third was the structure of your speech. You followed a proper structure of the speech, like introduction, body, and conclusion. You started with the chemistry between you and your brother, and in the body you explained how it transformed eventually. Finally concluded with a message of spreading love and asking the audience to do the same thing. With that, coming to areas of improvement for your speech. First is vocal variety. Listening to your speech, I felt there was some spaces where you could have used vocal variety and drama to bring more emotions in a more effective way. For example, when you were fighting with your brother, you could have made this scenario like it was a WWE. You could have made this scenario like I was fighting with my brother. He was standing there. I picked him, placed on my shoulders, and thrashed on the ground. This could have make people imagine how the situation was. And second improvement would be referencing the title. You used your title at the end of your speech, like what will you choose? But I feel that there was some space, there were some points where you could have used this in the middle as well. For example, you were watching WWE, now you are inspired, what will you choose? You choose to thrash him on the ground. There was another example, when your brother was standing in the line. You could have asked audience, what will you choose? I chose to help him by standing in the line with him for 1 hour. This way, the title could have been used more often in the speech. This would bring more impact on the title itself and the overall speech. And to summarize, you did a great job with audience engagement, bringing humor to the speech and the structure of the speech. But if you could challenge yourself with the vocal variety and referencing your title more often, this could take your speech but way better. Thank you. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atul. Now to evaluate our final speaker, let me call upon Toastmaster Ryan.
Thank you for inviting me on stage, Toastmaster Sudarshan. Toastmaster Sarthak, I really enjoyed hearing you speak today. From the way you described Kolkata, the lights, the energy, the food, everything you described, it made me feel like I was actually in Kolkata. Now, before I actually move on to your evaluation, let me just make everyone over here aware of Sarthak's speech purpose statement. So Sarthak's speech purpose statement was 1, inspire people to visit Kolkata, and 2, paint a picture of Durga Puja. So now moving over to your highlights, Sarthak, I really liked how you started your speech. You started your speech by saying, imagine walking into a sea of lights. And then you paused. The way you delivered that grabbed my attention and I was already hooked. The second thing I really liked about your speech was how you painted a picture of Durga Puja. You started off by explaining who Durga is. You then explained Durga Puja and then explained Durga Puja in Kolkata. Now for somebody like me who doesn't know much about Durga Puja, that was a really good way to introduce me to Durga Puja, which ties in really well to your second speech purpose statement, which was paint a picture of Durga Puja. The third thing I really liked about your speech was the way you described Kolkata. You described the lights, the food, the energy, and you even drew comparisons between well-known landmarks like Burj Khalifa and certain parts of Kolkata. And that helped me visualize what you wanted me to see. The final highlight that I have for you was your hand movements. I really liked your hand movements and I felt like they complemented your speech. Moving over to your areas of improvements, the first area of improvement I have for you was your stage usage. Now I did notice that you were using the stage, you were moving to the left and were moving to the right, but I felt like they lacked intent. So when you were moving to the right or moving to the left, I wasn't able to understand how that was, I wasn't able to draw a connection to your content. The next area of improvement actually revolves around the first speech purpose statement. You mentioned to me that you wanted to inspire people to visit Kolkata, and I feel like you drew a really good picture of Kolkata, but did I feel inspired to visit Kolkata? Not exactly. And the reason I feel like I did not feel inspired to visit Kolkata was probably because I felt like you may have lacked facial expression, because of which I didn't feel inspired. The final area of improvement that I had for you was your pauses. I felt there were a lot of pauses in your speech that were a bit unintentional, that took away from your speech. To conclude, Sarthak, I feel like you start your speeches really well. You're a great picture painter metaphorically, and with a few tweaks in your pauses and stage usage, I feel like you can be a great speaker. Thank you, and I'd like to hand the stage back to Toastmaster Siddharth.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ryan. Now it's time for the tax report. Let me call upon the timer for the day, Toastmaster Madhur.
Thank you, General Vater, for calling me out on the stage. And thank you, everyone. As a timer, I got to witness dedicated balance between insightful speeches and staying on time. It's an art in itself. Yes, some of us landed on green and some of us flirted with yellow and some of us even ventured in red zone. But it makes all of us qualified. That's great. Now here's the report. Sergeant at Arms Rafal took 3 minutes 40 seconds. President Akshay took 5 minutes 3 seconds, and Speaker 1 Toastmaster Sneha took 6 minutes 5 seconds. Speaker 2 Toastmaster Wasim took 6 minutes 52 seconds, and Speaker 3 Toastmaster Sarthak took 7 minutes 30 seconds. Coming to the evaluators, Evaluator 1 Toastmaster Vinila took 2 minutes 39 seconds. Evaluator 2 Toastmaster Atul took 3 minutes 30 seconds, and Evaluator 3 Toastmaster Ryan took 3 minutes 21 seconds. Coming to the table topics, Table Topic Master Ashwin took total 22 minutes to conduct the table topic session, where Toastmaster Neville took 2 minutes 16 seconds. Guest Aditi took 1 minute 36 seconds. Toastmaster Priyansh took 1 minute 5 seconds. Guest Abhishek took 1 minute 8 seconds. And guest Tarun took 1 minute 53 seconds. And guest Usha took 1 minute 6 seconds, which makes all of us qualified. And overall, we had a fantastic time speeches. Let's have a big round of applause to all of us.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhur, for that detailed report. For the accounted report, let me call upon Toastmaster Mani.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Am I audible to the back? Yes. Okay. Thank you for confirming. So today, as an accountant, it was really a gift for myself to understand and be aware about the cut sounds, what may happen for the speakers when they are on stage. For the report, I have categorized based on the role takers and the segments of prepared speeches and the evaluators. So the major observations for the role takers, TMOD, TTM and GE are using ahs and ums, especially during the transitions of segments or when we have to call the next role takers. That time we tend to use ah or so to recall their names. So as a one gift from my side to you is that practice bridging in advance so that you can avoid those fillers. Moving to second, the prepared speakers, the most usage was ahs and ums during making one point to the other point. So my gift to you is that take a deep breath and practice calm on stage when you are moving to next points. Third category, the evaluators. Actually, evaluators gave me a tough time to identify the counter, but I could able to make, as they were trying to recall from their notes, there were some times of gaps, like a kind of, it sounded as if a short pauses. So it is possible if you can recall it or rehearse in your brain before you come back on stage to avoid those fillers, but it's a nitpick. And moving on to the auxiliary role takers, essay, we have, as we move from rule 1 to rule 2, there is a kind of short pause to recall which rule it is. If it is possible, as a gift from my side, is like recall in advance what rules it is there so that we can avoid those gaps. And second, with a tough time, Mr. President has given me one so as in crutch sound, and also there is a habit of using our new English terms of expanding the words in terms of avoiding fillers. It's like but and so dragging the words. I'm not, it's like it is better to avoid on this public speaking stage. It's only nitpick to help things better. And TT speakers, table topic speakers, it is a spontaneous speaking on stage. There is a thing of ah and uns. During spontaneous it is possible, but if you can, try to avoid it by recalling things in your mind, like use a short pause of 3 seconds so that it pauses better than fillers. So all in all, a good show by all the things, and overall we had a fillers of 91. And back to you, G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mani. Let me welcome the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Gautam, on stage to give his grammarian.
The word of the day is generosity. It has been used 15 times for the day. First, I will start with how many people have used. Siddharth has used twice, Madhur twice, Manikumar once, Sneha has used once, Wasim once, Ashwin has used twice, Priyansh once, Aditi once, Abhishek once, Tarun once, and Usha twice. Coming to the best uses of the grammar, parents are the best creatures of giving, used by Akshay. Spirit of sharing and enjoyment by Vishnu. Siddharth used couple of words like devastated, instantaneously spice things up. Madhur, watch like a hawk. keep it snappy, flirted with yellow. Manikumar, joy of awareness. Sneha, group to admire, giggles has erupted, fumbled. And then Aditi, incorporating materialistic things. Tarun, in my paradise. Coming to the improvement areas of grammar, instead of saying refreshments here, it can be refreshments on the right hand side. How we can solve the problem, how this problem can be solved. Enjoyed chai and samosa in place of the delicious chai and samosa. One time my colleague was leaving, once while my colleague was leaving, I went through that day, I had gone through that day, right? These things, these times food is getting expensive, food is getting expensive. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gautam. Let me welcome Toastmaster Bulbul for her sketcher report.
I'm back, guys. Are you guys ready? Yes. Yes, I am also ready to show the sketches I have made. I'll show the sketch. You have to guess the name, the speaker it belongs to.
Please raise your hand for shouting.
Yep.
Bring the
Yes. Neville has raised it. Yeah. Yes, go ahead. Yes. Yes, Toastmaster Mani. Yeah. So you need to describe as well what it is. So, yes. Yeah. Akshay. Yes, what it is about.
Wrestling, fighting.
Yes. Yes? No. Yes? No. Huh? No, it's about Abhishek who described that the joy of dance and singing while coming back from the school. The one guy was laughing and one guy was, some people were crying. Yes. Yes? Yes. Neville and his wishes. Yes. 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 This can be little tough, but I'll give a guess that it's a mother-daughter duo. Yeah. Bharti and yeah, Aditi and Bharti. I just have two more. Giving for Priyansh. I expect Priyansh to raise hand at least. Yes, yes, yes. With that, I'll give the stage back to the general evaluators.
Thank you, TAGS team. How much time do I have? Timer? Oh, 10 minutes. Green at 8, yellow at 9, 10. All right. let me start with my report. Okay. So, starting with the meeting preparedness, I think the group was formed well on time. I was the last one to take up the role, so I got added late. But other than that, I think the roles were filled, everything was pretty clear. Only little nitpick that I have is that maybe you can include speech title in the meeting agenda, because I saw that some people are finding it difficult to find the speech title of speakers. Maybe you can include it in the meeting agenda rather than have it as just as a WhatsApp message or in the WhatsApp description. So that's one little nitpick for that. And then starting with the essay, Rafal, I got to say that you have very nice smile, especially on stage. When you come on stage and when you talk, it's like we want to listen to you. That's a very good part that you have. And then you introduced Toastmasters, you introduced Bright Hearts, you set the ground rules, very nice. And the activities were also pretty good. Only one thing is that just be a bit louder, especially when you start. I think it got a bit louder as you went on, but when you start, you have to set the tone for the meeting, right? You are being the first speaker. Just be a bit louder so that the last person in the room can also hear you. Over to Presiding Officer Akshay. Wonderful. Team introduction, check. Guest intro, check. I like the way you, there was a little wordplay involved with Bharati, Aditi, Arundhati. Very well done. I like the story you gave about your parents and you connected it with the theme. No major points of improvement for you. Well done. And the induction ceremony that happened after that, Vishnu, you have a very commanding stage presence and you really introduce the members before calling them on stage. I really like that, because I have seen inductions happen. What happens is that they call the member on stage and then they tend to introduce, which makes it a bit awkward for the member standing there. Very well done on that. Please continue. So over to Toastmaster of the day, Siddharth. Wonderful theme. I really like the way that you started with the story and you also ended with the story. Very well done on that. And the structure was good. And the questions that you asked and the way you conducted the overall sessions was pretty good. A few points of improvement for you. I think you missed talking about the beginning of Toastmasters Club. It was started by Ralph C. Smedley in Santa Ana, California. You could, incorporate that in your address. And then probably after Sneha's speech, you missed the transition was not effective. You could have just elaborated a bit more on her speech and then, gone back to your topic. Other than that, well done. Very nice team out, and I hope to see you more on stage. And then my tag team, starting with Timer Madhur. You have a very good vocabulary, and I really like the way you said everyone was qualified, just giving a small intro and then concluding that everyone was qualified. Very nice, thing you did that. And then even your beginning address, there was a theme connection to it. Very well done. A few points of improvement would be, I think you missed giving out the speech timings at the beginning, because we had an icebreaker. Icebreaker is 4 to 6 minutes. Other speeches are 5 to 7 minutes. And also the table topics timing, you could have said it out loud during this thing. And then we have our counter money. Wonderful introduction of your role. You explained CRPF in detail with one example sentence, which was really good. And then I really like the way that you gave the section wise CRPF usage and then you rounded off saying the total number of usage. And one nitpick for you is that you can, even if you don't explicitly state out how many CRPF was used by each individual speaker, you can always say, for example, Sudarshan, you have a tendency to use A. And you can just say that so that the speakers can go back and work on it. And then grammarian, Gautam. Hats off to you for the word of the day, generosity. That being used more than 10 times in a Toastmasters meeting is a very big deal. Congrats to you on that. Also, you have a very good stage presence, and the way you highlighted the highlights and the points of improvement, very well done on that. One little challenge for you is that when you introduce your role, I don't think you need a notebook to talk about it. So next time, try not using it and just go ahead and introduce your role. And sketcher, Bulbul. What a pleasant surprise this role was. Very well done. The sketches were too good, and yeah, just one thing is that I think you started following the order of the speakers while presenting the sketches. Just make it a bit more jumbled so that it makes it difficult for the audience to actually guess it. Over to prepared speakers and the evaluators. Speaker 1, Sneha, congrats to you on completing your icebreaker speech. Very well done. Nice topic as well. The title, Hear Me Out. I think you have very good stage presence as highlighted by the evaluator. One little nitpick is that you tend to use the word and a lot on your speech. You can probably work on that. And to evaluator Vinila, I think you had a very good structure. I think every evaluator today had a very good structure. Kudos to you on that. It's just that when you introduce the objective, you missed saying the timing because it's 4 to 6 minutes, and also you can say that ask the audience to give a standing ovation since she gave her icebreaker speech. Next, Toastmaster Wasim. Where is Wasim? Wonderful speech. It's just that the structure was the highlight of your speech because it was like started out in a very relatable way. You hit a low point and then it rose and then it plateaued. Wonderfully done. Very good content, and the way you tied the title at the end saying hatred, silence or love. Very well done on that. And evaluator Atul. Again, very good structure. It's just that you missed saying the timing while introducing Toastmasters speaker's speech. But I totally agree with your points of improvement, especially the second one, the repetition of the title. That's something you can really keep in mind because since your title is a question, repeating it makes it all the more powerful. So try incorporating that. And over to third speaker, Sarthak. Where's Sarthak? Wonderful. You paint a picture and you are very good with the words. The only thing I found lacking, and probably that's why Toastmaster, your evaluator, felt that he wasn't inspired, is because they didn't see the story through your eyes. It's like when you watch a movie, you want the hero to, you watch the movie through hero's eyes, right? I would have loved if you had said, when I went to this pandal, what you felt. You could have taken us on a journey along with you. I think that was kind of missed. And the thing is, these things we can get on the internet, but your story is yours and we can hear it only here. Probably you can just work on that. And Toastmaster Ryan, his evaluator, very good. You have a good stage presence, good highlights. It's just that I think some points of improvement, for example, facial expressions, I think you could have avoided that. It's just that there were other bigger points of improvement that you could have focused on. And then the table topics, Master Ashwin. Acknowledged? Just 1 minute. Your energy was contagious today. Really good. And the way you gamify every time, the last time I was here, you gamified the table topics, and today you made a similar attempt. Wonderfully done on that. It's really good to see you on stage. Some nitpicks would be you can introduce why table topics is necessary. Usually it's for an elevator pitch, right? When you in a professional setting, you can say that out loud, and also you can say that this section is open for guests as well. I think you kind of missed that, and some of the topics were very lengthy, especially for guest Aditi. I think it was very lengthy. You could have just trimmed down on that. And the table topic speaker, Toastmaster Neville, very high on humor and very relatable regarding Bangalore hard water. I relate to you, brother. Aditi, wonderful attempt. You used the word of the day. You had a story, and to do this at your age, very commendable. Congrats to you for coming up on stage and giving a very good table topic. Priyansh, very good choice that you give food for everyone. That's a very good idea that you have, but you could have focused more, include a story and focus more on it. Abhishek, good one, nice attempt, just be talk more. And Tarun, again, you could have been a bit more louder so that the last person can also hear you. And then finally, Toastmaster guest Usha. Yes, it was a very good attempt. It's just that you could have spoken more. You had a lot of time. So with that, my report is done. Voting. Let's start with voting.
bit.ly/VHTM vote 2. Last time it's vote 1, so vote 2. For members, it's on the 2. Please use the link. We have 1 minute to complete the vote.
I hope you guys are voted. If not, please keep voting. With that, I hand the stage back over to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Akshay.
Alrighty. How many have finished voting? Raise your hands. Okay, great. That's almost everyone. As we have our Vice President of Education tallying the results for meeting 7, I would like to have one member come up front to share an experience from yesterday. So for those of you who are not aware, yesterday some of the Bright Hearts, rather a specific contingent of the Bright Hearts members, attended the area conferences of areas C3 and C4 of District 92 of Toastmasters. So this was at the Walmart office here in Kadubisnahalli. To talk a bit about that experience, since it was his first area conference ever, can I please welcome on stage Bright Heart Priyansh. Welcome, Priyansh. This is an open interview. So, how would you summarize your experience at yesterday's conference?
Very useful in that. I learned a lot there. It was a great session where the table topics were very nice. I learned about how to evaluate people because I'm very bad at it. So I learned about how to evaluate, what needs to be seen in the speech and how to evaluate them. That was a great session, and it was a great networking session also.
Awesome, lovely. And I'm sure you saw for the first time not just our club, but other clubs attending an area conference. So what would you say was the difference between the Bright Hearts members and the other members?
We always had the right way. And we had the most number of in attendance from a single club.
That's right. So, in fact, yesterday's area conference, our club had the most attendees, even though it wasn't even our area. So that was, I know, hilarious. Before we wrap up, I'm sure you got to network a lot as well. So, any particular interactions you'd like to talk about? Any new friends you made? You sure?
Sure.
Who was in attendance yesterday along with us? For how many of you were at the area conference yesterday? Is he telling the truth? It's fine. We'll talk about that later. Everyone, once again, give it up for Priyansh Tripathi. Wonderful job. Thank you. Do we have the results ready? All right. Before we do that, I do want to do one last act of giving. This is one woman who works tirelessly for our club day in and day out despite her busy schedule. So Arundhati Basu, I have a small gift for you. I'm sure everyone's going to love hearing it as well. I spent 3 months writing this poem for you. And Arundhati, where are you going so far away? Come close now, I want to see your reaction. Are you guys ready to hear my poem for Arundhati? Yeah? Okay, you ready? Okay, shh. Arundhati. The poem is named Arundhati. You are too cool. You are too hot. You are too sweet, like a Cadbury shot. Dogs go bow bow. Cows go moo. Arundhati Basu? More like Arundhati Bas. Ooh. Thank you very much. That's my gift for her. Now, let me introduce the winners for meeting 7 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters, starting with the best auxiliary role taker for meeting 7. And the winner is the sketcher Bright Heart Bulbul Bansal. Bulbul, congratulations. Why do we need Picasso when we have Picasso at home? Some of your artwork was very inspiring, and I think the length you went to, especially for the school children and for Neville's, like you detailed a school, and in case we weren't sure, you had a banner that said school as well. So wonderful job, and it just goes to show, even though this was a brand new role that even me and Arundhati weren't sure about how it would be conveyed to a large audience, I think you did a great job. So congratulations once again. You may stand right here. Coming next to the best table topics speaker, and the winner is Toastmaster and Bright Heart Neville Shah. Neville, congratulations, limping your way to one more table topics victory. A very creative take on the wishes you would have if you wanted to do quirky wishes for that matter. And I think day in and day out, I think one great thing about you, Neville, is that as you already are an area level table topics champion, it just goes to show every time you come on stage and do the improv. Wonderful job and congratulations. The next award is the best evaluator. The winner is Toastmaster Vinila Sindhu Vedala. Vinila, you know the one thing I love more than pronouncing your last name? It's listening to your evaluations. Because today, I had the privilege of listening to Vinila for the first time. Now, you may not know this. I used to be in HSR before. So, I actually got wind of Vinila's evaluations in advance. Somebody told me that, damn, Vinila evaluates nicely. And I thought to myself, let me see what this girl's got. And today I saw it, and I just have to say one word, impressive. Despite being so nascent to the Toastmasters scene, the amount of credibility, poise, and content, valid content you bring to your evaluations is nothing short of impressive. I think we have a district champ in the making. Congratulations once again. The best role player. This is a tough one. And the winner is Bright Heart, Ashwin Raj. Ashwin, congratulations. Your innovation and creativity today took the cake. I'm sure you had a very, very awesome mentor mentoring you for your role today. But despite that, it just goes to show with the way you conducted everything and how you gave the extra incentive for people not just to deliver great table topics, but to win at the game. And I would like to speak on behalf of my team, but I think through our talent and sheer willpower, we managed to win the O team. Nonetheless, X's, you can do better next time. And Ashwin, you're going to do great as always the next time. Congratulations once again. And now, the best speaker for meeting 7 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. And the winner is probably going to do a choke slam on me. It's Toastmaster Wasim Fazil! Wasim, don't try this at home. The anthem of every elder sibling to go screw that. I know this because I had an elder brother who used to torture me with wrestling moves all throughout. So your speech was very relatable. But one thing that I never thought about was how did he perceive it from his end? And the take of an elder brother realizing that he was totally useless and the younger siblings are better. That was really great to listen to from your perspective. I am going to call my brother and tell him about this speech for sure. Nonetheless, all jokes aside, emotional, right? Definitely a very emotive speech, and really looking forward to more speeches from you in the future. Well deserved. Congratulations. Let's have a group picture. Can we have all the winners come up front center? Raffle, I'll give you my camera. You can take a quick picture. And come close, come close, come close. All right, everyone say generosity. Generosity. Thank you. You may take your seats. Thank you so much. On that note, we are 1 minute ahead of schedule because we are so terrifically on time here at Bright Hearts Toastmasters. On that note, I would like to declare meeting 7 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters at 6:30 p.m. closed. May I ask the DPA to stop the recording? Request